right, welcome back to Game Week 13 FPL Pod, and we are back. Aman, Vimarsh, how's it been, guys? And Vimarsh has been back from a very, very long time, so let's start with you.
Yeah, it's good to be back. I'm back after a long international break. But yeah, I've been uh, following all the matches and yeah, it hasn't been very good for me in the last 2 weeks, but yeah, trying to keep up with it. So hopefully this week is better than the previous.
Front. Been moving places in the last 1 2 weeks, but yeah, at least happy with a little bit of a green arrow finally.
You got a green arrow this week.
Look, yeah,
Good for you, man.
got a green arrow finally. So yeah, that's a positive. Now looking forward so that at least these green arrows keep on coming.
Right. I mean, yeah, it was a mixed game week for me. I'm putting this as one of the most major FPL disasters of all time for me. I moved out Eze for Saka, which I was thinking I should keep both, but I don't know. Something happened, but we move on. So just a quick for overview of what we can expect today in this podcast. We have something around the free hit. We do have some dilemmas and questions that we've picked from Twitter and our other handles from those who follow us regularly, from our friends as well. These are the questions that we are also struggling to find answers, but we do have some insights, like both Aman and Vimash will do give us tab on all these pointers and how they are trying to navigate and understand. Then some quick stats from an attacking and defensive point of view, and obviously we'll look at the fixture ticker for next game week, which could be a potential free hit game week as well as a triple captain game week. So yeah, anything to add on, guys?
No, let's get on with it.
Yeah,
Yep.
interesting week. A lot of people on Wildcard as well as people considering free hits, and then certain transfers as well. Let's
Triple captain,
exciting week.
Yeah,
triple captain too.
yeah,
Triple
and
captain, yes.
Yeah,
quickly on the sponsor plug, so obviously Black Friday week, you can expect a 45% off till the end of the season. So in terms of fixture tickers, your like all the Opta stats, and now they're at cumulative per 90. So most of the things are in one place. You don't have to navigate to multiple sources or multiple. Everyone's kind of on Twitter community as well is creating their data points using FFSCOUT data. So the best place to be. Okay, let's dive into Game Week 13, boys. So, any standout talking pointers, and obviously, we can discuss team wise, but I think we'll have enough space in this pod to talk about teams. But in terms of why this game week looks like a free hit fixture or even a triple around that.
Yeah, simply, I mean, it's the City versus Leeds match. It's probably one of the highest, rated in terms of the expected goals in this week, are right up there. And I think right now, almost everybody owns Haaland, and it's a good chance to own, other two assets from the team. So that's why it's very very interesting that game, and then you have in a good moment themselves. So finally, we also have Liverpool playing going to West Ham away. Not so sure after the recent Liverpool run, but definitely still definitely expect team, and like West Ham is the perfect match for them to regain some of their confidence. To use it like that. So and then there are some tough matches. Arsenal playing Chelsea United, so a lot of players from these teams heavily owned. So free hit these players out and get all the exciting picks into their team.
yeah. Just by the on the Liverpool West Ham fixture that you mentioned, this might not be an easy one to be very honest. On a winning streak, so it's not going to be an easy one for Liverpool. They beat Burnley in the last to last match, and in the last match they drew with Bournemouth, and Bournemouth and Newcastle are.
Yeah, I mean, they did, but like they're still conceding a lot of chances.
Yeah,
They're conceding a lot of xG.
yeah,
So like they're out for the taking. Then it's not. gonna be a walk in the park, but relatively easy. And then obviously, the prime fixture, another prime fixture is Brentford versus Burnley. So a few might
Yeah,
have Thiago,
yeah,
but that's it, right? So it gives an opportunity to own another two assets from Brentford, who find themselves in a great form.
I think
possibly.
one pointer that when I was looking, obviously, as you guys mentioned, there are few clear-cut fixtures that you can predict. I mean, there are a lot of fixtures that are very cagey as well. And when you
Yeah,
have a lot of players from KG matches, you don't expect a lot of FPL points, and like fluke FPL portability is lower. So I think City having three City is game changer here. Then obviously we can obviously think of two Aston defenders like a keeper and a Cash or a DNA sort of a defender to bank on that fixture as well. But if I look at all other fixtures, I see that it's all evenly balanced. Everyone has like a odd of scoring against each other. Chelsea, Arsenal could go either way, considering it's
yeah,
Chelsea's home. Crystal Palace, like all are
yeah,
very fairly balanced. So I feel like if anyone wants to gamble, then like put their that is why this fixture. And again, like if you look at other fixtures, then you will be banking on whether Haaland doesn't. City has a like a free hit window is where City has a tough fixture, and that is why people are inclined towards that. And that could also be tricky.
Yeah,
just to
let's actually get to the free hit discussion
yeah,
separately. No,
just
like
to, before we get on to that, I actually have a like my opinions are quite contrary to this thing. I don't think this is the best week to play a free hit, in my opinion. I mean, like just generally, I mean, City has good fixtures. Everybody owns Haaland. You could probably just get there with just a transfer or two. And if I talk about my team as well, just like generally, I mean, I already have Donnarumma and Haaland. I already
Yeah.
have Thiago, and I already have Luca Digne from Aston Villa defense. I don't think I want any Liverpool asset for now because
Yeah.
they're not in. And I mean, with the transfer or two, I believe everybody, like most of the managers, have some transfers left if they've not already used them in the last week. The best week to
Yeah,
free it in my
obviously team dependency is obviously at play here as well.
more like a bandwagon thing to me personally is what I feel. I don't think this is the best week to.
not really.
Yeah,
My point. Like let's then actually jump into the free hit discussion since
absolutely.
we're
Yeah.
pretty much in the middle of it.
Yep.
All right.
let's
So
let's take it
I
up.
mean, I'll start it with the ticker only, and then maybe we can prepare a free hit draft also for everyone's watching here and what we are thinking. Like, so for context, like a good disclaimer, I don't think even Aman, you haven't hit the chip yet, right?
Not yet, but
Yeah.
I'm
So
most likely to.
Free hit chip?
yeah. So
Yeah.
even I am contemplating whether I should or not. I think for me, it's becoming more of a knee-jerky thing that I want to get over that as a disaster
SA
and
hard
like
pick.
and get some green arrow, good green arrow, which could be potentially there. So I have like this sticker is obviously sorted on game week 13 difficulty. So we see like teams like Brentford, Aston, Liverpool, Spurs, and City. Spurs, I don't think anyone's gonna pick on free hit also, but City, Liverpool, Salah. This could be one fixture where Salah could perform well, and then again Aston Villa versus Wolves is your predictable clean sheet fixture, and Brentford could have a good day against Burnley as well. But apart from that, which other two game week do you feel could play out good from a free hit standpoint?
Like obviously, it's the biggest one in discussion has been game week 16,
Yeah,
which presents a similar opportunity. But the another advantage with game week 16 is that every team will be getting five free transfers. So if you are hitting a free hit that week, it is very likely that every other manager will be having almost exactly the same team with those transfers. And
Yeah,
the good part about that is that those transfers will not just be made because the fixture is good in 16, because those players have a good fixture run for the next 3 to 4 weeks, so everybody is getting those will be making a good use of that transfers. And that is the team you'll end up at any which way. And once you're out of the game week 16 free hit, you will find yourself not having any of those players, right? Where, and although you will still have the five transfers, so you will be almost like 1 week behind everybody in getting those transfers in, which you could have also done,
Yeah.
right? So for me, if I'm comparing game week 13 versus 16, I feel it is a better opportunity in game week 13 to play that chip, when you can get to a few interesting picks with in this week and not have them the next week. The other advantage is I have players like Enzo Fernandez, I have players like Saka, I have players like a few Arsenal defense, right? Which I get back in my game week 14 team after the free hit, right? And I don't have to worry them playing each other this week, in the Chelsea Arsenal matchup. So that helps me avoid that. And I was also creating my own draft. I was noticing that I will have like an absolutely different backline. I will have an absolutely different midfield. The only two players I will have similar to my current team are Haaland and Thiago, but rest everybody will be different. So
Same.
to me, that in itself feels like a good enough upside for to play the free hit chip right now. Whereas if I see my team in game week 16, I will probably own almost like 5 to 6 players who will also be there in the game week 16 free hit draft.
But there's
So that
one important point to add over there is the fact that you guys have already played your triple captain, right?
Yeah.
So
I have not.
you haven't,
I have
you
not.
haven't played.
No, I haven't.
So Varun has played triple captain, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one important factor there is as well, like, when will you play your triple captain then?
Yeah, I think
So yeah,
triple captain can be in consideration given how City lined up in the Champions League. So there was no
Also,
Haaland, so a
also,
good rest.
yeah. Also the fact that you mentioned that, like Aman just mentioned that his players in game week 13,
Hmm.
his free hit draft and the current team he has will just have Haaland and I think one more player he mentioned that will be the same. Everything else, everybody
Yeah.
else will be different. That
Yeah.
again depends on what team you have.
Yeah.
I mean, uh, it's absolutely fine to play free hit in whichever week you like right now. But I personally feel game week 13, if you haven't played your triple captain, is better for triple captain before the mid season
Yeah, I
midpoint.
mean, if you feel like that there is an upside with triple captain, which clearly is against
Yeah,
Leeds at home, then you
hopefully, yeah.
should play. And with the fact that Haaland has had enough rest. But
Yeah,
the only pointer to me is like in games like these, right? So
yeah,
last time when we played, it was Burnley. That
yeah,
was a KG match, and then Haaland played till the last and scored 2 goals almost at the death. In a game like
yeah,
Leeds, if City score 2 or 3 goals, they will potentially rest him because then
true.
Fulham away, and then again you face Sunderland, and in between you have a fixture CL game as well. So the congestion is the only thing that why people are off the triple cap, like slightly off triple captain. That lead fixture could be where Haaland could be subbed early because of the upcoming fixtures. Although I wouldn't say this, it would be the case now because of the clarity we have that he was benched like in the Champions League game, so he has had
Yeah,
enough rest. So I think it's a good case. And given the case, like if you look at given the case, someone just said like he doesn't, he'll be probably changing 9 players. In your case,
it's not
it's
that.
it's not that. So
yeah.
I think it makes sense. But yes, obviously, I think in when I moved to the dilemma section, there
Yeah,
was
So just before you do that, like for me, I feel the other, like you would have to sort of then if you're not actually interested in playing the free hit right now, that's perfectly okay actually.
yeah.
Just there could be a few scenarios where you will have whoever is not playing a free hit will actually be benefiting a lot down the line in and that will be in case Haaland is injured or
Yep.
deemed out for a week,
yeah,
or for example you get an early leak of the City lineup and you notice that Haaland is not in the starting lineup and it's an easy matchup or whatever, right?
fair.
That is, and you have to have your free hit draft ready for every week, by the way, right? The moment you have that information, play your free hit because that's basically a Haaland blank for that week, right?
True.
And it's a perfect opportunity to play free hit and captain anybody else, right? could be Saka,
Yeah,
could be
Yeah,
Salah, or could be Cole Palmer, because he's also
yeah.
gonna return very soon for
right.
Chelsea.
My only
So
question to you, Aman, is if you play a free hit right now, when will you play a triple captain? Is my only question.
I
game
think
week
19.
17, when
17.
game week 17 or 19, either, like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
could be either.
So you'll play
I will
triple
decide.
captain against West Ham as compared to Leeds.
Yeah, I mean, the odds are almost exactly in terms of goal scoring odds. It's actually the same for both these fixtures. Both are at City home, Leeds and West Ham. But yeah, I mean, if I had already played my free hit, for example, I would have been
No,
triple
but
captain without a doubt this
see,
week.
the
But no
same
one has had
case,
a score against City.
my case would be then Arsenal versus Wolves is a Saka triple captain fixture as well. Why do you have to?
Can be considered. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. But would you do your triple captain on Saga as compared to Haaland?
No,
That's
but
too
see
many.
now with the DEFCON ability that he has, he's got like three DEFCON in last 5 games. Like 3 times he's got
Right.
those DEFCON points. So it's surely.
But to be fair, Leeds is not a game week where you would expect Defcon from Saka, right?
No, I'm
Like,
saying against Wolves. Wolves. And
No,
like
he's saying
Wolves.
week 16 Arsenal versus Wolves.
Sorry, Arsenal versus Wolves. Like, my bad. Like,
Yeah.
when Arsenal versus, like, that's not a matchup where you would expect Saka
but
to
he's
gather.
just like the way he is pressing right now, and he's kind of it's the recoveries that he's kind of winning. It's not even the clearance or tackles. It is like he likes pressing and he's recovering those balls. So that's
Fair
where
point.
it is coming there. So it's also down to that aspect. With clean sheet also looks nailed. So you are guaranteed 3 points plus 2 points, 5 points you
Correct.
will
Correct.
be there, and a goal and three bonus. Then you can expect an 8 pointers there as
Yeah.
well. So that's already 13 points, which is matching what Haaland did in with 15 points in that game week, which I think was his Burnley, who scored two
True.
goals.
True. True.
So like
Yeah.
it's
Agreed.
easier.
Agreed. Like, for Haaland triple captain to really work, I think Haaland has to score at least 2 goals.
I
So,
mean, from a
but Saka
defensive
can get there
standpoint,
in a single goal almost.
from a defensive standpoint, and I probably would have that view in some time, but from a defensive standpoint, I think Wolves are the most worst team right now to put. Like you can attack, like put any attacker. It's a captainable fixture against any team right now.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, so for that's what I'm saying. Like, I still have enough triple captaining opportunities left. Whereas for me, the reason why I'm tilting towards a free hit 13 is because the other time I see myself free hitting is not so much better than free hitting in game week 13. That's the only reason I'm not probably not going to triple captain and going to free hit.
Yeah, and there is always a question of form. I think when in the first 10 game weeks, Haaland was obviously just peaking, right? And it was right in between that during those game when he was obviously on international break, he scored an hat trick, came back, and then scored a brace. And then in the next game also he scored another goal. So it was just the form. And now I think he's had one blank in Premier League game, and I think in the previous game also he didn't score. So that is where like these small nuances are coming into play. But obviously, Haaland is the best triple captain up till 19 in whichever game you can play. He's capable of scoring a hat trick in any game. So again, becomes a vibe play for a lot of managers as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Now let's move to like
So
yeah.
my point is, although to somebody who's not playing a free hit this week, like Vimarsh, what are your thoughts, Vimarsh? Like, when do you plan to?
I see. I haven't thought of the free hit thing. The only thing I was bent upon is playing a triple captain this week, and I had like kind of planned this way back that I played in 13 against Leeds. And Varun's point is also correct that City might not be or Haaland might not be in the best of forms, but I don't think he barely blanks at home. So that's the only advantage,
Yep.
right? So if not anything, I just expect one goal
He
from him.
hasn't blanked at home even in the
Yeah,
single fixture
except
yet.
the
So
Tottenham match that City lost, he hasn't blanked at home.
yep.
So even against like big teams, he's scoring at home. So that, I think
Mm.
it should be like Arsenal at home scored 5 against Leeds. Obviously, that was the beginning of the season, and Leeds have picked up since
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Assuming City would want to
So
do a statement win.
till last game week, my thought was like for anyone who was not on triple captain, I was like they can even captain Saka, because if let's say Arsenal scoring 3 goals, at least in 2 goals Saka will be involved. But after last game,
I
they
had
scored
Sana
four.
captain.
Yeah,
Nothing.
so it's like there is always a question of unpredictability, even though
Yeah.
you're doing the right
Yeah.
thing.
You wouldn't
Also,
expect that
something very
goals would have zero Saka involvement.
Yeah, never thought so.
and something which will also encourage you even further, Vimarsh,
Yeah.
is that Anton Stack and Sean Longstaff both are injured and ruled out for this game.
Oh,
So basically, their
midfield.
midfield is depleted
Hmm.
absolutely, and it's like a great opportunity to
So I'm
attack
actually,
this
so I
fixture.
already have two City assets, right? So I'm in a good position, and I'm actually
Yeah,
contemplating getting Doku for this game week. I don't mind like putting
fair.
on
Yeah,
Doku for this game.
but
That's
if
what I
you,
said.
yeah. So
Depends on your,
Doku kind of is a pick for long term as well right now.
yeah, true.
Like till 19, I think having three City does not, like, it doesn't burn you at all.
Yeah,
And
it doesn't bother me that he plays just one half in one of the game weeks, or like he subbed off at 60 or 70. He's a good punt to have in a team like City, like for the
I
upcoming
mean,
game weeks.
if you see, like,
Held on to Rodgers for so long, I can hold on to
I
Doku.
mentioned on the last pod also that even Norway, like sorry, his international team also are kind of playing the same way, the way Doku
Yeah.
setup is. So, and the manager has been open about it. Like he saw Haaland is working well in the system, and he wanted to adapt that, and they did that. So I think it's good. Like I am, if I free hit, I have Doku ahead of Foden in my draft
Hmm.
as well. All right, so
Makes
like just to get a gist of the most transferred in players, and we can first have a look at, let's say, the defenders. So Gabriel again, injury looks like couple of months. We haven't got a concrete update after the David Ornstein update just before the last game week. So he dropped in price again. So, and then Munoz obviously becomes a pick after this goal in the last game week. Timber also got an attacking return assist. So, and O'Reilly is there. So, but in terms of other defenders, so Crystal Palace defenders coming in there, no name of Richards. One of the factors could be like he was benched in the CL game, whereas Lacroix and Guehi played. So with Richards, I think now even for my FPL team, I'm thinking he could be benched for game week 14 as well, because he's the only one who's been rotated. Others are kind of keeping their place. So if someone is looking at that, I think it's clear that you can now, if you have money in the bank, point 0.5 something, and looking for a defender upgrade and particular game week, then Lacroix, Guehi, both are good long term assets. O'Reilly again could be rotated, so with him, the only, it's like more of a punty pick in a
No, but
punt.
he didn't start.
O'Reilly didn't
He didn't
start.
start, but
Yeah,
I'm
so
like
he's
in
good to.
for December run, I'm saying in December run he could be rotated, right? Like the minutes could be managed still, but
I
looks
mean, he has a lesser chance of that happening because even Aituri is gonna go away on Afcon duties. So then he
yeah,
becomes the only option over there mainly.
fair point.
With with Guardiola playing in the back three,
Yep,
he's a great pick in my opinion to have now.
yep. So yeah, I think like these names are speaking for themselves right now. Looking at the midfielders pool now, let me just fix this. Yeah, so obviously we are seeing Eze bandwagon. He
Knee jerk.
the knee jerk. Aman, you want to mention on Eze? Oh, Aman's going for a minute.
Just I'll be back in a minute.
So Rogers is it. Like I am thinking him on wildcard as well as I'm thinking for long term as well. Like after the wildcard also, Rogers seems like a good pick. Along with Minte as well. Thoughts?
Minte seems like a good pick,
Yeah,
dude. Like over years, I mean, Minte has been returning consistently, and I
yeah,
remember in the game weeks in game week 6 when I played my wild card at that point of time, I was like, why are people picking Minte? Like at that point of time, and after that, I think he's given returns in I think 5 or 6 game weeks since then. So he's been pretty consistent, and I think he's somebody I'm having a little FOMO about. So
yeah.
I might I just need to figure out, do I want Doku for now, or do I want Minte, or all who out of all these?
Yeah,
Because I have Enzo, I think I can like discard Enzo now. Is what I feel.
yeah. I think there's still a lot of people buying Mbomo, but I think the Gameweek and AFCON near it's doesn't look like you can obviously get same amount of points from other assets as well, and in the same price point you'll get good assets. So
Yeah,
Gakpo
that's
obviously
true.
becomes the option.
Yeah, even United is not giving too much. It's not United is not too trustworthy right now. They win 2 3 games and then they lose at home against a 10-man team like Everton. So not the best of things to
Yep.
like buy a United asset right now.
Yep.
So if you have an asset, just hold on to that asset. If you don't, again, frustrating to see Bruno ending on again 11 defcon. Just one more defcon, he would have had 2 more points,
Yeah.
right? So it's been very frustrating with Bruno. Like, yeah, let's see.
And in terms of strikers, we are seeing few picks
Thiago.
like they are like obviously Thiago is a lock for most of the
Yeah, it's very
managers, and
unlucky last game, right? I mean, could have been a totally different ball game, like altogether, if he had scored that penalty and had two
yeah,
goals, and he would have had a bonus as well. So
yeah.
instead of
So
like 10 points, he ended up on fourth. Very
yeah,
unlucky.
yeah. For me,
Yeah.
it was a straightforward move. If I'm not free hitting, I had already got him before the price rise. So
Yeah.
already on that, and even contemplating whether can I bet on like he's again a good captaincy shout this game week, but
Thiago?
obviously they yeah against
Yeah.
Burnley.
Yeah, I saw.
So, but it's
Yeah.
important to have him. But what
Yeah.
are your thoughts on like who's the next? If I say in terms of strikers, Haaland is there, Thiago is there. Then
I think
who's the
Welbeck is kind of creeping up the
yeah?
ranks in terms of
So
like
Suraj
let's
has
see if I
had him. Suraj has had him since his wild card,
yeah,
so he's betting on him. Got I think out of 4 or 5 game weeks right now, he already has 3 goals.
exactly.
He's done his due
Yeah.
bit for his team. So
Yeah. So I think yeah, that's the
but I'm still keeping faith in Mateta and like Sar even for my like upcoming run. At least till game week 16, Sar will be there. So because they have been generating chances, XG is there. It's just that Mateta obviously could have returned last game week. It was one of the easiest chances, one of the worst
yeah, again, it was
misses
up
of
at
the
59.
season. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Frustrating.
that is there. So in terms of any other pick like comes to mind, like does Bowen scream on free hit
Like
against Liverpool?
No.
there are just a couple of like there's no clear pick over here, and especially with Mateta also he's I'm expecting he'll have a lot of shared minutes going forward in this congested schedule, and that is what happened last year also with Crystal Palace. So I mean, Thiago is a clear pick. There are good, they also have a good fixture in long term, Brentford, and he's talismanic for that team, and he's on pen, so deserves a place in your team. But other than that, I also feel there's no clear pick, who's putting up their hand right now. Maybe Welbeck
Yeah.
with Brighton's fixture and improving a little, going forward,
Yeah,
and maybe Voltemade because people have gone off of him, but when you look at him in the match, like eye test wise, he feels like muscle.
yeah,
So the output is not up there as much as we see his involvement or the kind of chances he's. I also feel like right now there's a dearth because simply at this point everybody was planning, like back in game week 6
mhm,
everybody was planning for either having Isak or Ekitik in their team,
yeah,
and Liverpool have so that's why there is a void in terms of having a good striker, and maybe when Gyökeres returns for Arsenal, we'll have a look at him.
yeah. So on Mateta, I just wanted to mention. So if you see goal attempts in the box compared to Thiago, it's comparably same. But Thiago has exceptionally performed well in the last 4 game weeks. So his non-pen XG is also higher than Thiago, but it's just
Yeah.
been unlucky, especially in the last game week. I think that chance enough was point 0.5 XG that he missed. So
Yeah.
that's
But
there. But
it's weird, no? that's how Mateta's season has been. Like they have like Crystal Palace have generated so much XG, so much chances, and both Sar and Mateta, for to talk about, like both of them have actually failed to convert those
They
chances,
should be in
and they've
United.
been very poor.
United.
And I'm not sure, like, maybe I'm forgetting, but it wasn't for Mateta. On the contrary, I remember in the second half of the season, he was converting even lower XG chances into goals.
So
And
the game he scored hat trick Mateta this season, that game also he underperformed his XG. So
Correct.
yeah,
so I don't know. Like I think particularly that he kind of underperforms that, but I think we'll see. I think we can expect a Mateta goal very soon. Like it's
I saw his last match. I don't think he's in the best of form. He doesn't get too many chances, and I'm not sure if that is something to do with how Aston Villa are playing. But he's not getting performing.
any other standout
from
striker that you guys want to talk about, and like from a we can even talk about like I think there are questions around differential picks as well for the upcoming game weeks. But any player under your watch list right now other than
I definitely want to keep Eze on my watch list because I right now own just Raya and Saka, so I have a slot. If he continues to perform like that, maybe he will find a place in my team in place of Semenyo. He's a like to like replacement at that price point. Uh, but other than that, they're just 1 week punts, right? Even Minte for now, I feel you can avoid that transfer. They're playing Nottingham Forest away, which is all of a sudden, by the way, Nottingham Forest beat Malmo yesterday night 3-0. So Sean Dyche is doing something different over there. Like it's something we've come that his team will go and score 3 goals. But yeah, he's doing that, and Forest have been on the up, right? They beat Liverpool for God's sakes, like come on, they beat Liverpool, the champions of last year. So I think so, and then after that is solid defensively. So there's no urgency. Maybe Shada, if you want to go for a 1 week punt, because you're gonna miss a match very soon in the next 2 to 3 matches
yeah.
if he gets someone more yellow by means of
I think
suspension.
Munoz is
So
also on four yellows.
yeah, yeah,
But I think Gibbs White has
Munoz
been
is also
returning consistently. Last 3 games, 3 goals. So he's somebody to look out for as well.
Set pieces
yes.
again.
Yeah.
Threat is there.
Uh, that's a great shout, Gibbs White.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, would you have that confidence to punt on a player like Gibbs White, leaving everybody else, and
I mean, there's one spot that in my team that I feel is up for like I won't say grabs. It's not like there's a raffle going on or something, but there's one spot like so. I think Sar, Minte, and this one, the fourth one that I just talked about, what's his name?
Semenyo?
Gibbs.
Gibbs White,
Out of these four, who do you pick? You can have one of these.
Minte,
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Minte
Like, Minte has been consistently returning. So while you were like gone for a minute, I was just telling Varun that Minte, I have a sort of like a FOMO right now for Minte. I feel like he's one to have.
for sure.
But you could easily say that
But if
the others as well. Like since Sean Dyche has come back, Nottingham Forest haven't lost. They drew with United
yeah,
and then won the next two. Gibbs White has always been a very creative player and he's always had like, if not very good, like
and he's also, by the way, he'll also be on pens,
correct. Yeah. So
won't
he's not
he?
a bad shout. I mean, like Sar is not on pen.
Sorry, would he or would it be?
Even
Anderson.
Anderson is a good shout now. Even he's been returning, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
Anderson is also a great pick actually.
Yeah.
guys, I think
Like
it's
somebody whom you won't mind.
Yeah.
I think we pointers because I the pointers you guys are mentioning are most of the questions. So
Yeah.
the first
Let's
ones
do that.
first ones is Liverpool assets, long terms, thoughts on their current form and FPL picks. I think
Like
It's been
current form,
avoided.
I just have condolences to
No,
Liverpool.
I think Liverpool assets for now are an avoid. In
yeah, I mean no pick comes to my mind like Salah's point.
Sabozlai, I would still
I mean,
have a look at
Szoboszlai is just
Sabozlai.
But you
he's
will
just a silver lining, no. So you're just picking that up like the only
no,
good
but
player
the
in a
point here is like Soboslai can be like if someone likes Liverpool in general, they can pick Soboslai, but you
exactly
can
that's what I
get the
said.
same returns from another player as well. That's the pool
Yeah,
is
Yeah,
huge in that price point. So Dewsbury Hall is
true.
giving you better returns.
yeah.
So he rises up after one,
My
like
God.
after every 3 game weeks, gives a double pointers, and like
And
he's done.
then he sleeps for a good
Sleeps.
3-4 weeks.
Yeah, it's
It's
a
it's very weird. It's like everybody who has gotten Dewsbury Hall points, they've all been jammy simply because Semenyo didn't end up playing. So they got Dewsbury Hall coming for their team from the bench. Uh, like that's what I've seen almost everywhere. Like nobody first team, and but they got the points from bench.
jammy everywhere. Last game week was quite jammy for like
Yes.
everyone got good returns.
Yeah.
Okay, so free hit 13, 16, 19. I think we've discussed. So we
We've
are like
discussed. Yeah.
Aman and me are inclined towards 13. Obvious
We
reason is
discussed
like
first
we
point
are changing approximately 7 to 9 players in our team for free hit 13 for the optimal team of this game week. Then free hit 16, we feel like you will be betting against Haaland captaincy there because he plays Crystal Palace away there. Plus, will be more alike because of the 5 FCON transfers there. So a risk gain. And then 19 would again may or may not be like it's obviously the last game week you can play that chip. So why not end your first half of the season with a chip? But Fate 19, I think we forgot to mention that point when we were on the ticker. So I was talking to Suraj, and his idea was that because free hit 15 and 19 are mirror to each other, like same fixtures, whatever you see
Game
in
week. Game week 15. Game
yeah,
week
sorry,
15.
game week 15, whatever you see in game week 15 can be used as a good data point for 19, and like you can prepare your team in that manner, which is a good way of playing as well. So I think we haven't
Yeah.
spoken to him yet, but that's there. Triple captain, so Vimarsh is obviously on
and
free
playing
hit.
next week mostly. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's playing this week, which is also again a good shout because
Yeah.
Leeds is not having key players in the midfield. They are slightly depleted as well. Then free hit 16 is Arsenal home to Wolves, so Saka becomes a pick there, and otherwise 17 and 19, as Aman mentioned, that he is looking at for Haaland, Nottingham, and West Ham or Sunderland, I think. Then
Sunderland. Yeah.
notable pick FPL picks injured or out with suspension. So I think Gabriel, Semenyo.
Yo.
We haven't heard about Semenyo yet, so he's still there.
Update. There's been an update on Semenyo, and Iraola has press conference, and he said
Okay.
that he should